two supplements are right. One is caffeine. Everyone knows caffeine. Caffeine is the most studied, supplement. It's in our Monster, it's in our Red Bull, it's in our Coke, it's in our Morton, it's in our Scratch, it's in our Goo, it's in everything we have. And then there's another thing that's paired with our supplement that's really common right now. Do you know what that is? L-theanine.
Hold on.
Anyone familiar with L-theanine? Carrie
Heard it.
takes it. So if you take NeuroGum, if you take that has L-theanine.
Okay.
So it's a amino acid that calms your brain, reduces anxiety, and it's the only thing that a tea leaf actually produces that no other plant produces. So think of what all these companies are trying to do. They're trying to extract what's valuable in nature, and then they're putting it into a pill or a powder and give it to you. So the tea that I'm bringing to you tonight isn't just tea you find like in a tea powder or tea you find at Albertsons or Vaughn's or Safeway or even Erewhon. Those are tea that's like brought out of the farm and then crushed so that they can mass produce it. Most of the tea that you drink today lack the nutrients that a whole leaf plant will have, right? Like a whole leaf, like a leaf that's not cut or machine cut. Because once you cut it, you release all of the polyphenols and catechins into the ethos. So you're not going to get the density you want for human health. And what I learned by working with the agriculture industries, I found out that how many of you believe organic versus non-organic kind of makes a difference? Okay. For the most part, I didn't. I didn't. I was like, oh, bro, who cares? Like I get the nuance, but I was like, how much could this really matter, right? Because we're eating all these products every day, and not all the products we eat is organic. So then I go deep dive, and I found out that what really is happening is that in our fertilizer, they're using non-organic fertilizer to accelerate the growth of plants. And they're not doing it with like, strawberries and rainbows. It's
You're kidding.
And through time, through consumption over time, the side effects are probably what we're seeing, and I'm speculating, right? It's probably what we're seeing today, which is we're at all-time, the dementia's at all-time high, Alzheimer's is at all-time high, young people getting all kinds of cancers at all-time high. Nobody knows why. If we're lucky, we're not getting it, but it's a general trend. And I'm speculating, this is all speculation, but I can't help but believe that it has to do with mass produce anything, right? From beef all the way to produce. It has to have some deleterious effects on us. So do powder, so do pills, so do anything. So what's something that we can take every day that actually gives us energy, bright energy, and stress relief, which is two things we need. For me, what I think works best are days when I'm not using social media, but it's like a necessary evil in our lives today. So I think most of us like run it off, people here can run it off twice a day, maybe 3 times a day, and we feel refreshed. But for our work, it's almost impossible to not connect to it. And then if we're tired, we start to drink caffeine, such as coffee, and then we drink too much and we get addicted to the coffee and then the caffeine, and then we get jittery, and it's like the whole day is a balance. And then that's life in 2025. It's about balancing all of the digital things, the synthetic things that are in our lifestyle, right? And then we're runners, we have kind of the secret weapon. Is like we can either power hike, power walk, run fast, run slow. We have an outlet for a lot of people to keep going. what is the true benefit of tea in the context of running for those of us? And you may say, oh, yeah, okay, Vic, yeah, reducing anxiety, that's great. Caffeine, great. What does it really have that a lot of other products don't have? For instance, coffee doesn't have L-theanine, right? Tea does. And the other thing you want to think about is, what is different between coffee or caffeine plus L-theanine? It's this really calm, bright energy. So you don't get jittery, but you know that calm energy we felt, you know, when we just wake up in the morning and we feel like we just have like a quarter of a cup of caffeine and feel pretty good. And then we want to hold that for the whole day, but that's so hard to do. With tea, you can experiment with drinking little cups of tea throughout the day, and it gives you that sustained energy. And I have to qualify that. Not all tea does that. When you cut the powder, the tea into powder, it's so dense that when you put water into the tea, it's very strong. So you're always adding milk or honey, or with real tea, which we have today. It's sweet in its natural state. And there's no such thing as green tea or black tea. They're just different shades of it. And the shades of tea determine what you get from that tea in terms of its health benefits. There is no good or bad. I encourage everyone to drink tea that's lighter in color and darker in color. So I'm going to give you guys an ability to sample that today. And you'll tell me kind of the difference. There's a difference when you use boiled water versus warm water versus boiled water and then adding some cold water to like this. There's a sciences. The tea used to be the original medicine. People ate tea to gain health.